Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series V's I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. This one's been at the back of my fridge for a little bit, so I'm finally getting to it. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means we get whoosh-ah, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Cat hair. Folks, I'm wearing my one of my dope shirts, featuring the visage of Mr. Edsel Dope, lead singer and creative force behind the band. And if you're unfamiliar with the band Dope, they've actually been around for quite a while, since at least like sort of the mid 90s, maybe even started in like the early 90s. Originally sort of like kind of an industrial band of sorts, metal and, doing their thing. I've heard them referred to as like shock rock, and I don't know, man. Typically, they sort of fall under the branch of like the nu metal genre. I really, really like these guys. I've been a big fan ever since, their first album. I thought they were really great. Even if at this point it really is mainly just Edsel really kind of leading the way, and just kind of doing what he needs to do. But I think they're an awesome band. I've seen them perform live a number of times. I actually have videos of said performances. They're on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, folks, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're an incredible band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, if you watch my channel for long enough, I buy a lot of stuff, to do reviews for. And, I just get to it when I can get to it. And in theory, I should have some sort of a rotational system, but I don't. And as a result, sometimes stuff just ends up at the back of my fridge or the back of my pantry, and then one day I'm going through and I'm like, oh yeah! That's where we're at today. So what is it, folks, that I found at the back of my back of my fridge? It happens to be some Breinfuel. Let's get a thing for a thing. It's right here. Ha 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 ha! And yeah, man, so Breinfuel, it's a weird energy drink. It's actually made in Illinois, so this review is actually going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist just highlighting Illinois spots. And I reviewed, this is, I believe, the last flavor of Breinfuel. I know it's Breinfuel, but it's Breinfuel to me. Say hello to your partner in productivity. And it's got beetroot and probiotics and theanine and zinc and all this stuff. And it's one of these weird energy drinks that can't just be an energy drink. It's also got to have like all this other weird stuff. So along the trend of like, sort of like more productive, healthy-ish energy drinks. Sure. I don't know if it's still there anymore, but like the about page of like the founder of the thing and everything read like a manifesto. It was so brilliant. I loved it. But let's go ahead and let's try some mixed berry, tart mixed berry, Breinfuel. Smells good. Smells like a good berry. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's got some stuff to it for damn sure. Um, they weren't kidding about the tart part. That's a little bit of a shame because, like, I think if it had tasted more like it smelled, I'd probably like it more. But I can't say that I'm exactly surprised because, like, all of the flavors of Breinfuel I've been kind of here or there on, and it makes sense because, like, they're all presumably, I don't work there obviously. They'd like to sponsor the show. I can't imagine they would, but um, but no, I imagine they're all working off basically the same general core formula, and then just adding the flavors on top of that. And so as a result, like, yeah, they all taste somewhat similar. They all have that baseline flavor. And it's kind of earthy and like almost a little bit. Mm, yeah, almost a little bit earthy, and then like when you see like the beetroot as being one of the ingredients, yeah, that makes some sense because it almost has kind of like a bitterness to it. And I'm not saying it's bitter, but like it's on the fringe, especially with how tart it is. Um, yeah, and and a good way to go over there and kind of cover up your flavors if there's maybe aspects of it that might not be the most appealing to the public. Use something tart, because it's going to kind of override that flavor. It does not completely work with Breinfuel. Breinfuel definitely has, like I said, a very unique flavor to it. It's not really for me, but I'm still willing to give it a shot and willing to review it. I mean, the berry flavor actually isn't too bad. I like that. I just wish that it wouldn't go so tart with it. And even thing is though, even if it didn't have that level of tartness, which for me is just a little bit much, even beyond that though, that core flavor of brain fuel, I just don't like very much. I've never been into it. And it doesn't mean it's a bad product or anything. Just not really for me. Yeah, it's got like fucking collagen and fucking all kinds of coconut oil. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff, man. And I'm not saying that those are bad things. I'm really not. It's just they don't make for the tastiest of beverages. There's a reason why most energy drinks don't have that shit in them. But I also recognize. Oops, sorry. Why am I apologizing to you? You get this show for free. Um, I'm the one who puts money into it. Not a lot though. But yeah, no. So it's one of those things where like I can recognize the fact that it's like it's not really for me, but I can still try to kind of describe my experience for anybody who might want to try it. For me though, it's not it's not an energy drink that I want to drink, you know, but too dark. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and kinda ish, I guess. For me personally, the brand fuel flavors, and I'm kind of thankful that this is the last one as far as I'm aware. Um, you know, I'm just not into them. They're not, but then the thing is, they're not for me. And that's kind of where the recommendation kind of comes into play. But for me personally, and for people like me, if you want to go over there and grab an energy drink that tastes good and, it's just going to basically do the job of being an energy drink. It's just going to give you, kick in the ass so you can make a long haul or, make it through your, last hour of your shift or something. If you want it to taste good, I personally don't think Bryn Fuel is really going to be for you. I'm just tossing that out there. But that said, it's definitely not for me. But that said, if I'm recommending it, this is where it comes into play because I understand that this is not a product that's geared towards me. I am not the type of person who I want a bunch of healthy crap installed into my energy drink. It's just, I'm not against the idea, but for me, if I'm going off an energy drink, I want flavor and I want shit that's going to keep me awake. That's what I'm aiming for. But I do understand that I'm not everybody and that there are people out there who this might be potentially beneficial for if, maybe they do want that energy drink aspect, but they maybe don't want to be weighed down as much, with like the more traditional energy drink stuff. It's an option. Um, do I think that there are probably better tasting options out there? Yeah. I just think personally, again, that core flavor of Brand Fuel, it's just not pleasant to me. It's not horrendous or anything. I'll finish drinking this, but it's just not a thing that you want to drink naturally. At least I don't. But for other people, it might be their jam. So you might get a treat. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Who's my silly little girl? Who's my silly little girl? You want to come hang out? Come hang out with your dad? Who's your little girl? Who's your little girl here? Hi. Oh, you're getting a treat. You're getting a treat. I don't even know if I've ever shown this little girl in one of my videos. It's my little girl, Yukari Moon. Look at her. She's so adorable. She's such a cute little hamster. She's my spicy girl. Yeah, she's always got such a big personality for her being such a little girl. Aww. She's so cute. She's named after two sort of like 80s and 90s badass female martial artists in like sort of the Hong Kong movie scene. That being Yukari Moon and or Yukari Oshima and Moon Lee. So she's my little girl. I love her. She's a very good girl. So spicy. But anyway, like I was saying, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there yourselves a truly adorable hamster-tastic rest of your life. Look at this hamster. Look at this little girl. This little girl. She's so pretty. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, as I always say, when I go over there and have one of my awesome hamster cameos in one of my videos, the thing I want you to do, if you have any pets, go over there, give them an extra treat, an extra hug, love them just a little bit more for me if you're watching this video, because they do go over there and make our lives so much better. This tiny little girl right here makes my life infinitely better. Don't you, little girl? Yes, you do. That's because you're silly and spicy, and I love you. So, anyway, me and Yukari are going to go ahead and sign off. We'll use little girl. There's little girl. You going to say goodbye? It's like, no. I'm a spicy little girl, Dad. I have way too much personality to indulge your fan base. Anyway, folks,